Do more good is the rally cry and motivation behind everything they do at the University of Illinois Community Credit Union. Here today, sponsoring our segment and to tell us more about what it means, are Sherry and Susan. Welcome to ciLiving.
Hey, thank you.
So first of all, what is the Community Credit Union?
So we are a full-service financial institution. We offer products and services just like any other financial institution, but we like to do more good with our communities, and financial wellness is really the crux of what our mission is, to make sure that our communities are financially sound. Yeah. So that's providing resources to them through education and good banking.
So the reason why we can do this from a credit union perspective is we are not-for-profit, but that doesn't mean not for loss. So that means we don't have to pay our shareholders every year. We can take those profits and put them back to our members in ways of lower rates or higher interest rates on savings accounts. So really savvy consumers really get a best bang for your buck dealing with a credit union, especially the U of I credit union.
Absolutely. And so a member is our customer, but they're also our shareholders. Mm-hmm. So that's why we call them members and not customers.
Mm-hmm. Right. What do you have to do to become a member?
Oh, that's easy peasy. Yeah. If you join online, it doesn't even cost you a penny. You just go ahead and sign up, and admittedly, if you're watching this, you can bank with us.
Absolutely.
So that means you get all the benefits of the financial well-being that we have on our website, but historically lower loan rates on mortgages, Visa cards, and car loans. Wow. And we have a phenomenal mobile application too.
Yes. And I know that you guys are all bundled up right now, and financial education is something you wanted to talk about. So what is the February freeze?
Oh, you want to talk about that?
It's our form of what we don't like to call a budget. So it's a 50-30-20 spending plan. Well, in February, we want consumers to start thinking about freezing those wants to help save some money and maybe increase their savings accounts, maybe boost their needs accounts, but thinking about that and what it can do when we're not spending money willy-nilly. It's being very mindful about our spending. Mm-hmm. What are the things that we can do when we're not spending money, when we're not couch potato shopping, right, as I call it?
I love that. And, you know, there's such a big push today on well-being, mm-hmm. right? Everywhere you look, it's all about self-care and well-being. Well, 70% or more are living paycheck to paycheck. And so it's really hard to have true mental, physical well-being mm-hmm. if your finances are stressed.
Sure.
So let's do a February fees. Let's kind of pause some of those things that we might be spending excessively to be more intentional, like Sherry said. And some of us like to shop because it's a fun dopamine hit.
Right.
So one of the things Sherry and I were talking about was, well, how can you replace your shopping with maybe a walking fix? Or maybe a walking with a friend, but it's really identifying what is your why behind a February freeze, mm-hmm. and really kind of think about other things that you can do to replace that first need of spending that can really also help you with your spending freeze, but more importantly, increase your well-being.
And I like that you mentioned that it's sort of a budget without being a budget, because yes, people, I feel like, don't like that word, yes. or that word feels restrictive. Mm-hmm. But if you do small things like what you mentioned of going for a walk instead of shopping even one time,
that's
that
right.
small little thing
and it
really makes a big impact. 4
weeks to have a habit, mm-hmm. and this is a short month, so we can feel very successful. But if you get out and walk every single day, it doesn't matter for how long,
right.
you will really start reaping those benefits, and it helps you making small changes in other parts of your lives while you're combining that with maybe freezing some of your spending.
Absolutely. Right. And 4 weeks isn't that long. I mean, I can't believe we're already at the end of January and we're
right.
already prepping for our February freeze.
Yeah, and you can do anything for a month.
Yes.
That's
right.
easy.
Yes.
And like you said, it's a short month.
Yes.
Now, can you talk a little bit about the app that you had mentioned? And you, I know, have an ATM network that's different than other places with less fees. Can you talk a little bit about those things?
Sure. I love our digital banking app. It is the best digital banking app for banking in the area. And I like to say you can do anything there except get cash. And we've got 50,000 surcharge-free ATMs across the country for your cash. So really, you don't even have to be where we have a brick and mortar. Mm-hmm. If you've got the digital banking app and access to ATMs, there's your banking. You can do everything from that app. It's really simple.
You can deposit your checks, and that money gets into your account immediately. There's no holds at all. So our app is like your digital personal money assistant. And so you can set alerts. So if you get below a certain threshold in your checking account, you get a text message saying, hey, you're at $100, just be aware. Or you can put alerts on when all of your bills are paid, or when your bills are due, I should say.
Right.
And then that's a very easy way to do it. The other thing is, if you're initiating checks, you can even initiate checks and payments through your mobile banking. So your little phone becomes your own personal money assistant on the go, everywhere you go, even when you're on vacation.
That's so convenient. It's so convenient to have access to your finances right at your fingertips.
Yes, it really is, and there's nothing like it. We want to make life easy for our members, for potential members. Banking doesn't have to be hard.
No, it doesn't, and it doesn't have to come with a lot of fees. I know your ATMs don't have fees, so.
Well, and the funny thing about our ATMs, and this is where I think the credit unions have done a really great job, but we are kind of humble in our way we share it. We actually have a larger fee-free ATM than like Chase or Bank of America.
Oh, wow.
And so credit unions have band together nationally, so you can get the benefit of the U of I credit union locally, and you can take us with you anywhere you go and bank on the go. And I guarantee there's going to be an ATM near you.
That's amazing.
Or we also have shared branching. So this is something that is only known to credit unions. Credit unions, again, work together. So we have access to 5,000 brick and mortar credit unions across the country because we work collaboratively. We don't work against each other. And so our members, if they're traveling and they lose their debit card and they have no access to cash, they can find a brick and mortar credit union near them, walk in and do business just like they were at a home branch. So this is another reason why credit unions are different. We really do want to make our consumers strong financially.
Wonderful. Well, thank you both so much for being here and for sharing all of this information with us and sponsoring our segment today. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome, Jaclyn. Thank you.
And if you want more information, you can visit us on the web at ciLiving.tv after the show.